guys. I feel like I haven't done a solo pod in such a long time. So here I am today, just me in my office that Lenny took over. Yeah, it's listen, living in New York City. I live in a three-bedroom and that's like a luxury. It's hard to find a three-bedroom. And one of my bedrooms was my office for the longest time. And then when I was pregnant, I was like, okay, well, Lenny will be with Noah because I think it's good for brothers to be together. And almost everyone I know is like, yeah, kids should be together in the room. Even if they have like another room in the house, they usually like to put siblings together. Like it's good for them. So I was like, yeah, but I didn't take into consideration, okay, Lenny's a baby. He's going to be crying. We don't want him waking Noah up. They go to sleep at different times. Like it's just not there yet. So for the time being, I needed to set up a little station for him so he has his own space. I know babies are technically supposed to be with the parents in the bedroom, I think, for the first however long. Something wasn't, I am the most like breastfeeding, sleep with me mom ever. With Lenny, something wasn't working. Like I just felt like him sleeping in our room was not allowing him to sleep well, was not allowing me to sleep well. I'm like, I need him in the next room. Like I'm gonna keep the nanit open, hear him all night, but like something wasn't working with him being on top of me. And it's just like what they say, like every kid is different, every experience with every kid is different. And it's so true. And it's kind of crazy because with Noah, I was exclusively breastfeeding for literally 2.5 years. And then with Lenny, I knew I wouldn't do the same exact thing, but it's been different because once you're not exclusively breastfeeding and you're doing breastfeeding and pumped milk, then your kid isn't a boob kid. Like Noah was a straight up boob kid. Like boob made everything better. He was sick, boob. He was tired, boob. He was overtired, boob. He was undertired, boob. He was anything. You could shove the boob, and that's all it took. Noah didn't take even a pacifier, nevertheless, a bottle in his life. Okay. And then here's baby Lenny, who I said from the beginning, he's going to also get bottles. I need to make sure that I can go somewhere. If I need to go somewhere, I need to make sure that someone else can put him to sleep, that someone else can wake up to him at night, that, just you need to. So he's not a boob kid. Like he'll take the boob, but he's not like, get out of the way. So sometimes he'll like prefer a bottle to get a really good feed, and I have to do what's right for him. I'm not going to shove the boob if like he can gulp, gulp, gulp. I'm like, as long as he's getting my milk, which I know is good, I'm good. Also, then I started being fearful. If he's taking bottles more than he's taking boob, then I need to make sure that I always have enough of my milk, which God only knows, like, if my supply will be down, if I'll be away for an extra hour and someone else needs to give him a bottle. So then I was like, he needs to also be able to take formula, which to me, and this is a very personal thing, you can blame my mom. Formula is literally like a bad word in the way we grew up. My mom would want us breastfeeding for 25 years. You know her. That's just her vibe. But as you guys know, since I knew I would want Lenny to take bottles to be able to stay not just with me, then I had in mind like, okay, he might need to take some formula. So I had formula lined up, and then one day when my milk was low and he was given formula, he didn't want it. And I was like, fuck, damn these babies. You have to really get them used to anything before you do it. You can't just spring it on them. Okay. So I was like, okay, let me start giving him a little bit of formula every day so he gets used to it. But then I do have that guilt, which I mean, we all know mom guilt is real, of like, oh my God, like he's growing up so different from Noah. And not to say that one is good and one is bad, but your baby being on your tit all day does seem of more of the romanticized version of having a kid. Like they're attached to you all day. They need you in your body to survive. So I am happy. Like I look at it like I did that once and it was such a special thing. And I was able to do that because of time. Like, first of all, I didn't have a toddler running around. Second of all, I didn't have the business that I have today. Thirdly, it was COVID. That's why till today I'm like, wait, you're saying I just gave him my boob. So like, what if I was away for more than an hour? And it's like, you weren't. And I was like, I literally wasn't. That's actually crazy. So I really do kind of like a self-talk and try to make myself just realize like Lenny can have the same exact experience as Noah. You can have the same exact experience with him as you did with Noah. It's different, so it's all different, and that everything's okay. But yeah, but it's wild. It's wild. He's already over 4 months. It's like I'm sure parents know this. What do they say? The days are short. The days are long. The days are long and the years are short, meaning, it flies by. I'm like, how is Noah 4 or how's Lenny 4 months? But every day I'm like, when is bedtime? No, I honestly thought today, like, we need to give more props to parents that had kids at home during COVID, not babies, like Noah was a baby, but like kids that should be in school, that should be socializing, that should be learning in a classroom. Like, I just want to give a shout out to parents that to school their kids at home during COVID. Cause like, listen, Noah goes to a Jewish school, so we have a lot of days off. Like every Jewish holiday, they take like 2 weeks. God bless them. Hashem bless them. So, and it's not like I'm like, no, I get away from it. It's more like, what is he to do? Like, how many activities can I think of? How many days can I, on the weekend you try to do stuff, but now it's like weeks, like even that time between like camp ending and school starting and just like so much. I'm like, my mom, literally, I'm like, Mom, what did we do when I was younger? Like, what did we do on weekends? And she'll be like, we went to Bloomingdale's, like, we went to drop off dry cleaning. I'm like, oh, so I was just like accompanying you on your errands. Sweet. Noah would never, and that just is another part of like parenting today being different than parenting then. It's like, then it was like, get in the car, we're going like, food shopping. And that was my fucking outing. And today it's like, what are we going to do for Noah? Like pumpkin patch, apple picking. Normalize hating that shit. Okay. Again, I'm not saying I hate to spend time with my kid. You guys know that's not true. And parents who relate to this, that's not true about you. I don't like looking at pumpkins in a field. I don't like picking apples from a tree. Like, it's just not fun for me. And like, how much do I have to sacrifice that I have to do these activities that aren't fun for me? But the thing is, you do them for your kid because you want your kid to have fun. You also do them because I know that if I took Noah to Bloomingdale's, he would literally turn it upside down. But it's funny because I posted about like the apple picking and something about it, and people were like, not everybody agreed. But you know who did agree? My BFF Ryan Reynolds, because he then like a couple weeks later posted something about pumpkin patches, and he was like, "That's where joy goes to die," and I'm like, "Oh my god, we're twin flames." And then I was like, "Oh my god, Ryan, same days," and then he said another funny thing. He was like, "It's an outdoor root canal," and I was like, "Oh my god, you're so funny. We have the same thoughts." But seriously, so don't feel like if you hate that stuff, you're a bad person or a bad mom, because God knows we are great. Okay. But it's like, you're not born liking that shit. Like, it's like, when I go to an indoor play gym, like, I wanna die. And luckily, like, hus is fine with them. Like, he specifically doesn't hate them. Like, he'll like crawl in the thing. Like, for me, that's like I start sweating. Like, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. So it is hard. It is hard to keep your kids active and doing stuff, and they require so much stimulation today. It's like, you need to be okay with being bored. How do you teach that? You're like, sit here bored. And also the gentle parenting. It's like, it's such a new thing. And I was influenced by like my sister and seeing other people like, you can't yell and you can't this and you can't that. Like, we all know we were yelled at when we were kids. We all know we were punished. I don't know about you. My mom scared the shit out of me. My mom used to run after me, and I used to be like, like, and she's amazing, the best mom ever. She scared me. I don't scare Noah. I don't scare Noah. It's a problem. I think we need to be a little bit scared of our parents, and our husbands need to be a little bit scared of us. No, just me. Keep it a little. Keep it a little. But it's weird because postpartum wise, I'm 4 months in. A lot of times people don't give a shit. A lot of times people, like, you guys know, I started working out. I know, gross. my Pilates trainer, she'll be like, "Oh my God, I forget that you're like, you're postpartum. I should go easier on you. Like you just gave birth." Like, and I'm like, I'm good. Like, so it is kind of wild. Like, I'd love to take in the pity and everyone be like, "You're postpartum." I am. But I'm like, I need to be honest with myself and say, like, I feel okay. I feel okay. I'd love more sleep. We'll get into the sleep in a minute. But in terms of like my body and everything, like inside, not outside, this is a different ball game. Inside, I feel okay. Like I don't feel like I just was pregnant for a year, shoved a baby out, like went through all that. I feel okay. My body feels okay. So it feels good to feel okay, because I'll see people and they're like, "How are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm okay." Like, is that allowed to say? Like, I'm okay. So I get asked a lot, like, "Amanda, what's harder, 0 to 1 or 1 to 2?" And I will say 0 to 1. And I think it makes sense if you think about it because 0 to 1, you don't have a baby before. So you're like living. What did we do, you guys? People with kids that didn't have kids before. What did we do? Wake up whenever, decide where we're going to brunch, like nap. Like it's wild. I'm like, I must have been so bored. I must have been so bored because with kids, you're forced to do shit. What was I doing? I just don't fucking know.
So I do love getting gifts from loved ones. Obviously, it's the thought that counts, but you know what you don't get when somebody else shops for you? Exactly what you wanted, especially when it comes to something as personal as jewelry. And if you're buying jewelry for yourself, there's no better place to do it than BlueNile.com. Blue Nile offers thousands of independently graded diamonds and fine jewelry at prices significantly below traditional retail. Whether you're looking for a bit of special sparkle for yourself or to give the best gift of all time to your husband or to your mom, Blue Nile offers some of the highest quality standards in the industry. And if you have questions, don't worry because Blue Nile's jewelry experts are on hand 24/7 via phone or chat. They can help you in regards to budget. They can also help you find a piece you can feel great about. Again, whether you're buying it for yourself or for somebody else. Because sometimes you're like, how do I know what size they are? Or how do I pick between white gold or yellow gold? Or how many prongs do I want? Or the spacing, like all these things. Like, I need to grill the experts on the nitty gritty. Okay. So, you guys, you can't beat the ease of convenience of shopping Blue Nile. They're the original online jeweler since 1999. Go to BlueNile.com to find the perfect piece today. That's BlueNile.com. BlueNile.com. So, whether you're a parent or not, you probably already know that babies, they are gassy mofos, okay? Their tummy is bothering them. You don't know what's going on. They can't tell you. They seem uncomfortable a lot of the times, and you just want to be able to help them. But what you can give them and feel good about giving them is Boron's Camellia Tummy. Okay, that soothes gas and colic symptoms in one tummy taming formula. It comes in pre-measured liquid doses, so no more fumbling with measuring spoons or complicated mixtures. It's that twist, squeeze, and go. I use this for Lenny. I have actually the Boron Camellia Tummy, as well as I have the Boron Teething Tincture. So because this is homeopathic, this is like you can feel good about giving it. It really makes a difference and it really helps. It's homeopathic relief for tummy pain, bloating, fussiness, crying, and excessive or painful gas caused by gas or colic. And so it's really great to have something on hand that you can give your baby when your baby is just suffering and you don't know why and you don't know what's bothering them, and it's probably their tummy. Camellia Tummy is recommended for babies 1 month of age and up, and it's available over the counter in boxes of 30 doses. Claims are based on non-traditional homeopathic practice, not accepted medical evidence, not FDA evaluated. Visit Boron USA and use code NOTSKINNY at checkout for 20% off your purchase of any Camellia medicine. That's Boron, that's spelled BOIRON, USA.com. And then you can use my code NOTSKINNY and get 20% off your purchase of any Camellia tummy medicine. The days might be getting shorter, but the action on DraftKings Casino is here to stay. Play hundreds of games for endless excitement. Try your hand at classic table games or set the slots on fire with fan favorites like Cash Eruptions. New players can play just $5 and get 50 instantly in casino credits. Download the DraftKings Casino app and sign up with code NOTSKINNY. That's code NOTSKINNY. Then press play on your favorite games to join the fun. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or in West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility and other restrictions apply. One offer per new casino customer. Casino credits are non-withdrawable and expire in 168 hours. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/get50. Ends November 24th, 2024. That's casino.draftkings.com/get50. Ends November 24th, 2024.
It's weird to say that I'm feeling okay. Of course, that doesn't include sleep. Because here I was being like, Noah wasn't a good sleeper, but Lenny will be. Manifesting, literally manifesting all the fuck over. I wasn't being negative. I was being positive. I was like, I have a feeling he's a chill baby. And then lo and behold, actually at the beginning, he was sleeping okay. It was like he was waking up like twice a night. I was like, I'll take it. And then he started rolling. That paired with the 4-month sleep regression, that paired with the 4-month leap. By the way, download Wonder Weeks app. If you don't have it, it'll tell you until you have 1,000 days left of the fussy phase. And he's like, I feel like he's been teething since he was born. So listen, 2 wakes up I'll fucking take. Not sleeping at all, which is what it feels like on those nights you don't even note it in your app because you're like up every second. I was like, no. And also, it's really triggering. Even the sentence like sleeps through the night, you'll see other moms. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start lying. By the way, this is what I started to do when I was so frustrated. I knew that I would see like a mom that just had a baby like around the same time as me. And they'd be like, and I knew they would be like, so how's he sleeping? Is he sleeping through the night? Hate that fucking question. Trigger. So I decided I'm just gonna lie. So we don't have to get into it. I don't have to hear how great your baby sleeps, So I'd be like, yeah, like most slaves, baby wakes up, like not even for sure. And it made me feel better because then I didn't have to hear how your baby slept through the night. And then I didn't ask you back. So if I didn't ask you back, know why I didn't ask you back. And even if you then shared, they felt like they had to kind of be on the same page as me. They would be like, oh yeah, same here. That changed my life. So lie. That's one. Secondly, it makes you really feel bad when you hear like every baby sleeps through the night, just your baby. But then I would do this like self talk, which really helps me, which is like, no, not every baby sleeps through the night since they're born. Hence, there are thousands of sleep trainers, thousands of sleep training courses and things, and people talking about losing sleep with babies. If every motherfucking baby slept through the night since they were born, those things wouldn't exist. Nobody would talk about being tired with kids. Like, no. Also, because Noah goes to like a private school, a private Jewish school, everybody has like night nurses, day nurses, all this shit. And it's like they don't see the baby, which is like good for them. I see the baby. So it's like, you don't see your baby. That's cool. That's a flex. That's what I've been saying. Like, it's so wild how it's like a flex to not see your baby because you have a baby nurse. Even though if I have a third kid, mark my fucking words, I am motherfucking drying my breast milk in the hospital with cabbage leaves and getting a baby nurse for motherfucking 6 months. Like, mark my words. It's kind of like the analogy for me is like when people do like water births, I'm like, what are you trying to prove? Sometimes to me, I'm like, what are you trying to prove? Like, what are you trying to prove? Take the help, like, do the thing. Anyway, lots of thoughts going on. So basically, don't believe what you hear. Not every fucking baby sleeps through the night, or else there wouldn't be sleep coaches, baby nurses, sleep night nurses, all these things, because every baby would just, Also, because I give breast milk, it is kind of widely known, not like, I'm not sure it was like scientifically proven, but that breastfed babies, breast milk fed babies as well, like don't sleep as well as formula fed babies. And this is my like anti-formula talk also, because I'll see babies like being like shoved formula, like their whole tongues are like white. It's like coming out of here because the parents are like, she needs to motherfucking get 10 ounces of formula so she will sleep through the night. So I'm like, why don't I shove formula down the night's face? But then even when I started like supplementing with formula, I'm like, it's not taking. I was like, oh no, but he needs to eat like the whole day, that you need to pound it. You need to pound that cement. Anyway, so that's why I was feeling like, hey, everyone's drinking thousands of formula and sleeping the night. But I knew help was near. Luckily, this woman, Chrissy, she's from the Peaceful Sleeper. She helped me with Noah at the beginning. It was a little bit later. I didn't get as frustrated as quickly. But basically, so a lot of sleep training methods, people wanted me to talk about sleep training, so I am. Start later, like 5 months, but that's because people, that includes dropping the night feeds and like letting them not eat all night. I'm not stressed about that. He can still wake up once eat, twice eat. I'm good. So that's why this is okay to start at his age. I will say this. I don't know if you know this. Every sleep training program involves some crying. The original one is by a Dr. Ferber back in like the 80s, where that was the original CIO, aka cry it out. And that was this doctor saying, leave your baby crying at 7 p.m., put him in his crib, let him cry all night unless he vomits and chokes on his vomit, and open the door at 7 in the morning. Boom, bada bam. Now, people still do that and it works. I feel like I need a gentler method. So I spoke to the Peaceful Sleeper and she kind of got me back into the groove of what we did with Noah. And basically, I wanted a more gentle method of, he can wake up a couple times a night. I just can't have him waking up every hour. And I want him to learn some independent sleeping, meaning I'm not like, like I couldn't. I was shushing at the supermarket. I was just shushing. I wanted to. Do you ever want to like make a reel, but you're too lazy to make a reel, and you're like, someone else should make this reel? Because I had an idea of a reel where you're like shushing the baby, and you keep shushing when you're like walking out, and you keep shushing when you're closing the door, and then you keep shushing in your house, and then you keep shushing down the elevator. Maybe I'll make it one day. So I just wanted to be able to like, what are those fantasies, fables of moms putting the kid in the crib and being like, good night, and leaving, and the kid is just like, I just have never. But there is the flip side of this. Noah is now 4, and to put him to bed, we lay in bed with him for a few minutes. He's out, and we see him the next morning. Max will run to our bed. You'll hear his little footsteps, and he'll join us in bed. All of that's so cute. Like, sleep really doesn't become an issue at some point. And my annoying mom will say this is not forever. And no, it's not forever, but 4 years is a lot to wait for some good sleep. Anyway, so that's on one hand. You could also not do nothing, suffer for 4 years. It'll work itself out. And also know this, that if you do sleep train, sometimes you have to keep reminding these kids. Like, they motherfucking forget, okay? Like, they get sick, you kind of cuddle them more. You're not going to let them just be in the crib. You fuck it up. Regressions, you fuck it up. Traveling, you fuck it up. So sleep is always a motherfucking issue. Okay. Really like Chrissy's approach, the Peaceful Sleeper, because like I said, he can still eat in the night if he needs to. I can actually pick him up when he's crying and console him. But there is crying, right? I'm not gonna like give away her method for free here. I feel like that's not that's not cool. But it's basically, there's always gonna be some crying and some minutes where you're gonna let them kind of try to figure it out. But I like that there's like a time limit on that. And then I would go in, and a lot of other methods, it's like, okay, but don't pick them up, don't touch them, don't make eye contact. And this, like, no, pick him up, calm him down, put him back. So I like that method. We're almost a week in. I haven't shared too much about it because it's like the sleep gods, they love to motherfucking jinx you. The minute you get fucking excited, you are jinxed. So I'm just going to say there have been some good days and there have been some not as good days. Last night, specifically, as I'm recording this pod, he slept through the night for the first time, which is like, I know, triggering, but he did. And it's really exciting when they do it on their own, and they've worked hard for it. Like, he's been trying to figure it out for a while. Also, speaking of babies and speaking of the fact that we're here in my office, that it now has a crib and a changing table in it, is the fact that is my apartment becoming too small for my family? So technically, I feel like 3 bedrooms for 2 kids and 2 adults should be enough. And my apartment is a pretty nice size. But at the same time, like I am an influencer and I get a lot of shit and I do need a space to like have meetings, record podcasts, like do work. And I am so triggered by hearing my monitor. Okay, so I'll put on my monitor for the Nanit for Lenny, and I'll hear like husband opening a drawer in the kitchen, and I'm like, why is it picking up on it? Like that could kill me. However, when I posted about this, some of you that live in like houses were like, no, it picks up in the house. So that's a deal breaker for me. I guess I need like 7 stories. But here's the thing, I love living in the city. I love going downstairs and having a dry cleaner here, CVS here, Chinese food here, my brow lady here, my nail person here. Like, I love walking Noah to school. Like, we have a car. Everyone always is wondering. We have a car in the city. We have parking in our building. So we're in a really comfortable situation. I'm just like, I feel like I always need more space, but like more space. Does that mean I want to move to a house? And a house, I don't know why they made it this way, doesn't exist in New York City. A house is only if you move out of the city, aka like New Jersey. Now, no hate to New Jersey, but that's a different state. I need to be in the city for like podcast recordings and stuff. Like, also, here's the thing about me, I don't like commuting. So I would really not be happy if I had to commute from New Jersey a few times a week and like sit in the car for hours. So it's a problem. It's a problem because there are some days where I'm like, I'm gonna stay in this apartment forever. But some days I'm like, no, we're growing out of it slowly but surely. So it's really hard because finding a 4 bedroom in New York City is like almost impossible. And that's why you hear of people, oh, you're moving to the suburbs. Because there comes a point where it's like, oh, you can't live in the city anymore, right? You have to move to the suburbs. So I'm trying to prove everyone wrong and I'm trying to stay in the city. But we'll see. Because there are days where I'm like, man, I just don't think I don't see myself in New Jersey. I would see myself maybe in a gorgeous selling sunset house in like LA, but I don't want to move to LA because you guys know my family's here and everything. Anyway, we need to discuss the season finale of Tell Me Lies, TML. Oh my God. I just want to talk about where we started and where we got to. Tell Me Lies premiered in 2022 on Hulu. I feel like it was niche. It was niche. I was screaming about it. It obviously did well because it renewed for a second season, but like I even remember like I had Jackson on and they were so thankful and sweet like about how I was promoting the show and they were hoping for a third season and then it's like first of all it worked that they made us like salivate for the third. Also it worked that are they dating IRL? Stephen and Lucy aka Grace Van Patten and Jackson White dating IRL. The show just there's something about this show and I think about it every freaking episode I watch. It's like, even if you didn't have that toxic relationship in college, you had a toxic relationship. And it will remind you of that toxic relationship because it's like the embodiment, like an exaggerated embodiment of a toxic relationship. And I mean, if you haven't had one, amazing. We weren't calling them toxic relationships then, but like I literally had a boyfriend in college who stopped picking me up in his car from my dorm to like the apartment off campus he was living because he told me that it's bad for the environment, like the gas in the car, but he would drive other places. So like he'd be like, you need to walk. Like, I'm not destroying the environment. I'd be like, okay. He did also pull up me opening the fridge. Are you hungry or are you just bored? Situation. He's also like insane and like working at Spectrum or something. So listen, and he's like obsessed with Gilmore Girls. Yeah, he was a weirdo to begin with, but also so toxic. Like those exes you spend hours on the phone with. That I remember my huge flip phone that was so cool that opened like a keyboard would run out of battery and I'd connect it to the charger and just talk to him and talk to him on the phone. So I just feel like part of the show. It's not only that's hot, it's not only the sex, it's not only, the great cast and the fucking diabolical storyline. It's also the embodiment of the toxic relationship. We've all been in it. We've all given up something for a dude. Like when Lucy didn't go to India and he's like, you literally didn't go because you wanted to sit around and wait for me to come book you, And it's like, have we done specifically that? Did we not go to India? No, but we have tried to make ourselves available and make sure that we're not doing anything so we can sit at home just in case he calls or comes or whatever. So I just feel like that is written so well because so many people relate to it, even though obviously not that extreme. Also, I just feel like the setting, the college, they filmed it so well. It's not one of those exaggerated dorms. Like, I feel like it does remind me of my dorm. The setting, the college parties, the snow, it's just all so motherfucking good. Never mind like the actors and the sexiness. Anyway, let's discuss the season finale twist, because let me tell you, when Steven tried to record Evan he recorded Evan admitting that he slept with Lucy. He literally records him, and then Evan says, oh man, like, you're not gonna try to like ruin my life with it or something. And he's like, not today. That not today of Steven motherfucking DeMarco sent shivers down my spine. And I was like, oh my God, if what I think is gonna happen is gonna happen, like, that will be insane. And lo and behold, spoiler alert, the season ends when they're at Bree and Evan's wedding. And moments before Bree is supposed to walk down the aisle, she gets a message from Steven DeMarco. Steven DeMarco was missing. He's not there at that moment. And it's the motherfucking audio recording of Evan saying that he slept with Lucy. Chills down my spine. He's a psychopath. He's a psychopath. But what I love about season 2 is you realize how psychopath Lucy is as well. Like that scene where she, when it's in the 2015 era and she texts Steven as like, I have to see you, meet me at the pool, and is fucking her boyfriend. And she's like licking her lips and he's watching. Diabolical. She's fucking crazy. She's fucking nuts. Okay? And she's nuts. Her taking Pippa's sexual assault story and making it her own. Like, the thing is, I'm not sure they're like redeeming qualities about Steven, but Lucy, sometimes you're like, oh, but she means well. Like, she's a good person deep down. And also she says it, like, she wants to be better. She wants to date Leo to be better, but she just keeps falling back to her old ways. The fact that she had sex with both of them on the same day, I'm like, Lucy, what do you think? Like, better. Steven's gonna blow up your shit and motherfucking tell him. Also, we didn't find out about this, you guys. This was running rampant on TikTok. It seems like Leo and Steven both have the same tattoo behind their ear. Now, Lucy hasn't brought it up with them. Nobody's talked about it. If it was the actors have this tattoo, I feel like it would have been covered up. So is there a storyline season 3 of like they were in like a cult together? Like, what went down there? We didn't find out yet.
So you guys, it is getting colder out there. I don't know if I'm alone here, but I like it. No, I know I'm not alone because everyone's like, pumpkin spice, fall vibes. Like, we all love it. Let's not get it twisted. But do we have clothes ready to go for this fall? Let me tell you what's in this fall. Cardigans. Like, you need to stock up on some cardigans. You're going to see it everywhere, and you really want like a good cashmere sweater, aka like a cardigan. I highly recommend checking out Quince for that because they have like Mongolian cashmere sweaters from $50, and all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Rosh Hashanah dinner, one of the guests just had a baby and she had this like cover, like nursing cover. I was like, oh, is it blah, blah, blah brand? She goes, no, it's Quince. Quince cost $40 and the blah, blah, blah brand costs like over $100, and it's the same. And how do they do that? They partner directly with these top factories and they cut out the cost of the middleman and they pass on the savings to you. And it's premium fabrics, premium finishes, and totally a luxury feel. I have like linen pants from there. I have, like I said, cashmere cardigans, as well as cashmere like short sleeves. They just have amazing things, you guys. Get ready for fall with Quince. Get cozy in Quince's high quality wardrobe essentials. Go to quince.com/notskinny for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's quince.com/notskinny to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/notskinny. At this point, if you're not using Rakuten to shop, like, you're being silly, you're being stubborn, and you're being silly, because I literally just got a check in the mail for like $21 from Rakuten. And I was like, what is this? And then I was like, oh, I bought the Adidas shoes and like something from Ulta. And okay, just like, hi, $21. Hi, a salad. I know it's crazy, but inflation. But you get what I mean? It's like you're shopping anyway. Why wouldn't you shop with Rakuten and get cash back while you're shopping? It's just silly not to. It's the smartest way to save money when you shop. You can earn cash back at over 3,500 stores, from fashion, beauty, electronics, home essentials, travel, dining, concert tickets, and more. So, like I said, I bought these Adidas shoes. I bought something from Ulta, something from Fenty Beauty. All those brands and more are on Rakuten. You can also, I wanted a check to be like performative and like get the check and feel it, but you can actually get it deposited directly into your PayPal account. So either or. And you can maximize your savings because you can stack cash back on top of other deals like store sales and coupons. Like, again, you're already shopping at your favorite stores. Why not save while you're doing it? It's a no-brainer. Membership is free and it's easy to sign up. Get the Rakuten app now and join the 17 million members who are already saving. Cashback rates change daily. See Rakuten.com for details. That's Rakuten, Rakuten. Your cashback really adds up. So, you know the sentence, like, how the sausage is made? So sometimes you want to know how the sausage is right, and sometimes you don't. But it's always interesting to know how the sausage is made. So when you go on a website like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, businesses that are selling through the roof, you're like, oh, cool, that's a product. I'm adding to cart. I'm paying. I'm blah, blah, blah. But you know what you're overlooking is the business behind the business that makes selling simple. So for millions of businesses, including those I just mentioned, that business is Shopify. That's what's powering these websites. That's what is making you able to shop there, to see what you're seeing, to add to cart, to do all of that, because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's home of the #1 checkout on the planet and the not so secret with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts go abandoned and way more sales are going cha-ching. So if you're into growing your business, or you know what, you just started your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout as Skims. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/notskinny. That's all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/notskinny to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/notskinny.
Another thing this season, which I have to be honest, okay? Listen, at the end of the day, I love the show so much, but I didn't write the show. And it's not my show. So I can say I can have some criticism of it. So it's not criticism, it's more that I didn't totally believe the Brie Oliver storyline. Like, there's something about Brie, even though I like that like dichotomy. Like, she's such a goody two shoes, like, good person, and all of a sudden she does this thing. But there was something where like they were trying to make her like sexy and more like badass, but it was just like, Brie, I just feel like something about it didn't click for me entirely. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe it's that it did not click for me, it just wasn't hot for me. Like, it wasn't like, what a hot, like, forbidden romance. Like, most of their hookups weren't hot to me. Nevertheless, that laundry room fuck, which was like cringy, icky, and I mean, Brie was icked out by it as well. And also, I did understand now why she was so hurt when she found out, spoiler alert, that him and his wife were in an open relationship. But like, I feel like I'd be more like, why don't you just tell me I'm in an open relationship? Like, but I get it. Like, she wanted to feel special enough that he was risking his life for her, cheating on his wife for her. Yeah, I guess he did do that on purpose. Like, he made her feel that way. Like, this will blow up my life. Like, you can't say anything. So it is kind of part of a sick, twisted game. But yeah, he grossed me out. Like, he grossed me out because he was like icky. You know, obviously he's a hot man. And if you didn't know, he is the showrunner, Megan Oppenheims. Oppenheimer? Too many Oppenheimers. Megan Oppenheimer's husband. His name is Tom Ellis, and he was like in Lucifer. I mean, he's obviously very hot. So, yeah, could you imagine being Megan on set? But I do get it because I think that Megan was also saying, I think she did an interview with Jamois on her podcast. Like, she was saying that she was glad that it was Tom because, like, you needed to like be able to trust that person. Obviously, it's like an older man, a younger girl, and like Kat Massell, the actress who plays Brie. By the way, she also sings on the episode, and I think for sure in the finale, maybe somewhere else too. Yeah, that was just a little less hot to me. I do love Pippa. Pippa's like in my heart. I'm like, I love that she and Wrigley became close again. Some people don't love the Diana Pippa storyline, but I think that like we see it building out. But I love Pippa and Wrigley, and it was so fucking tragic what happened with his brother in the last episode. Needless to say, we are motherfucking waiting for a season 3. Needless to say, this ended on a cliffhanger of like the cliffhanger was it bigger than the season 1 cliffhanger? I mean, listen, at least we find out now why stupid ass Leslie, what's her name, Lydia, and Steven are together. Like everything, the way they edited it, and like all the jumping around. If at the beginning we didn't get why, now we get why. You know what I mean? Now we get why the jumping around because it's like we were like, how did Lydia and Steven get together? And then we're like, okay, his brother did this fucked up thing. Lucy is calling him out for it. Lydia stops being her friend, but how did they get together? And it's like, oh, because Steven has a master plan about motherfucking everything. I also loved Diana's master plan, which is she knows Steven so well. She wanted to end it with him, but she wanted it to be his idea. And she knows him so well that she knew the minute she's not daddy's girl, the minute she's not, going to be a hotshot lawyer, the minute that dream fell through, he was done with her. Literally, like what a motherfucking dick. Anyway, we're waiting for season 3. I wrote on my story, like, you guys, now 3 years until season 3. And everyone was like, oh, 3 years. And I was like, first of all, I'm exaggerating. Like, you know me. But what do you think it's going to be? Like 6 months? We wait for like Winter House on fucking Bravo for a year and a half. So it's wild how we do wait though. I was thinking about that because Tell Me Lie season 1 was in 2022. This came out 2024 and we literally wait. We wait. Like we have no choice. We wait and we're just as excited when it comes out. In sad news, Liam Payne, former member of One Direction, sadly, tragically, devastatingly lost his life, fell from the balcony of his hotel room in Buenos Aires. Like when I got that notification, I was like, is this a joke? Like almost luckily, I feel like we didn't hear about too many tragedies like that. Like, yes, we've seen celebs, pass away, but it's been like older celebs or sick celebs. Like, this is a healthy young guy, so tragically dying. His the exact circumstances are still unclear, but he did fall from that third floor balcony and his skull, I guess, was so shattered that he died. And the thing is, you guys, like, I haven't been reporting on Liam Payne stuff, but there has been stuff with his ex, Maya Henry, before this happened. Like she was posting TikToks about him. She was saying that he was like harassing her and wouldn't stop calling her and her mom. And I think she even issued like a cease and desist a few days before he passed away. yeah, she accused him of obsessive contact. All this stuff was coming out. And she even said, ever since we broke up, he messages me, will blow up my phone, not only from his phone number, so it's from different phone numbers. I never know where it's going to come from. She said this in a TikTok video. He'll create new iCloud accounts and message me. It's always a damn new iCloud account. Every time I see one pop up on my phone, I'm like, here the fuck we go again. So they started dating in August 2018, shortly after he broke up with his ex-girlfriend Cheryl Cole. They share a son, a 7-year-old. It's like so sad. So like a year after they met, him and this Maya Henry, just a year in, they went Instagram official. He proposed in 2020, broke up in 2021, reconciled, and then called it quits for good in 2022. She then actually wrote a novel, which sounds very, what was that show with Anne Hathaway and Nicholas? Because she wrote a novel, A Fan of Boy Band Five Forward. This is her novel, Maya Henry's novel, who eventually becomes a fashion model and an it girl. She meets and starts dating former Five Forward member Oliver Smith. In the book, Oliver forced Mallory to have an abortion after she got pregnant. So people were thinking, since this is so like exactly, Liam, did he force her to get an abortion? She said, of course, his book is fiction, but Mallory is very similar to me. I don't know. I don't know the exact circumstances, but she was posting videos about him up until he died. And even though I'm sure she said that she was getting shit from his fans, I'm sure he was getting shit, because I remember seeing that and I just wasn't posting about it. But I remember seeing him being kind of bullied on the internet before this happened. Calls from the hotel manager and the police were released. Okay. The manager called the police. That call is available to hear online if you want. He was very concerned, and he says this guest is acting erratic. He messed up the entire hotel room, but he says, I'm concerned, and there's a balcony in the room, and they're concerned what the guest might do because he's tearing the room apart and they need somebody sent urgently. Now, I don't want to blame the popo, but why didn't the popo come sooner? Maybe they were like, what are we going to do? Like, he's being rowdy. Great. I don't know if it just took them a long time to come, but obviously they didn't get there fast enough because he ended up dying. And it's so sad. It is so sad. It's such a tragedy. He's so young, has a kid, like we mentioned. And now I'm not sure if these are like fan edits or what exactly was going on with him, but it does seem like his mental health was suffering a little bit. He also posted videos about that, and it just makes me super sad, when a young person loses their life. Let me see. I actually posted. I hate when people do this, so I can't believe I did it, but I didn't do a solo pod in so long. Obviously, I can yap away, but I just wanted to know if there's anything specific you guys want to talk about. A lot of it was tell me lies. You guys want to talk about postpartum stuff, baby stuff, which we did. People want to talk about Diddy. Listen, that's a whole other podcast and a whole other rabbit hole. I'll just say, like, remember the Fat Jewish interview? Like, when the Fat Jewish came on and said what he said about Diddy, I was like, oh my God, and the Cassie lawsuit came out. We were like, oh my God. And then all of this comes out. And listen, I don't love TikTok green screens of just assuming and conspiring about who was involved, who was affected, because that's like super damaging to just. I'm telling you, news is spread so crazily and theories are spread so rapidly and so haphazardly that I have people come up to me that like know that I do what I do, and they're like, wait, so Justin Bieber confirmed that Diddy raped him? And I'm like, wait, what? No. So it's just wild how like there's a consensus or like an understanding that didn't happen. I think that what we can say for sure, and this is what I actually say to these friends of mine who ask me questions like that, is like, obviously the FBI is investigating Diddy and has a lot of shit on him and him trafficking and everything like that. We know that he like had recorded videos. He would make Cassie like hook up with fucking male prostitutes, and he would film it and make them do stuff and everything. Disgusting. And we know that Usher was living with him when he was 13. And now, if you look at interviews with Usher, Usher is like, what the fuck was I doing there? Obviously, he doesn't trash Diddy because he was saying all this publicly. We just weren't listening. But he was like, I shouldn't have been exposed to that stuff. Like, it was crazy. You can tell that, like, there's a lot going on. But then Usher gave Diddy Bieber for like 48 hours. So we know that Bieber was probably exposed. So do we know exactly if he did anything to them? No. Do we know that Justin Bieber seems broken? And we're like, okay, something happened to Justin Bieber. Like, and we always assumed it was just fame and everything that came with that. But could it be something bigger? Could it be things that he was exposed to because of Diddy? Could it be something that Diddy did to him? You know, that we don't know. But it just is kind of, people assuming things like that. You're like, oh, okay, that's not confirmed. That's not what's out there. But hopefully everything will be out there at some point. So we'll know. Probably not about Justin Bieber, but hopefully Diddy will go away for being a piece of shit human. I mean, do we need to see more than what we saw? Do we need to see more than the video of him beating up Cassie? We don't. Why don't you talk Kardashian no mo? I do talk Kardashian. First of all, when I talk Kardashian, it's like you want stop talking about Kardashians. When I don't, it's like, why don't you talk about the Kardashians? First of all, the Kardashians are my girls always and forever. And whenever their show is on, I recap the show. But I feel like there's not much going on, right? Like they're all like kind of doing their own thing. Kim is literally, Kim actually has been making me laugh lately because she's so booping her being like on set. She's like, boop on set, like late nights on set, me on set. I'm like, girl, you're an actress now. I love that. Let's see what else. Oh, my story, how I got here, where you are. That's a whole other pod. That's a whole other pod. And when will we see you in that movie you were in? I wasn't in a movie. I was in a show in Israel and a commercial in Israel, which I showed you guys, I think. Oh, the movie. Oh my God, you guys. I don't know if I can tell you now. Can I tell? I think I can tell you. Okay. I will tell you. And then I'll ask the person after I record this. And if anything, I'll cut it out. But okay. Yes, I filmed for a movie. Okay. So Amy Schumer was on my podcast and I love her and we connected. And she was just starting to film her movie, Almost Pregnant, kind of pregnant. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. Blah, blah. She's like, oh my God, you're actually pregnant. Like, you should come film for a bit. And I was like, oh my God, I'm a movie star, of course. And you know how people usually like, say stuff and it doesn't happen? Well, this happened. I came, I got a trailer, I was living. I was like, okay. It was the hardest day of my life. Okay. My actor friends make fun of me for this because I'm like, this is so hard. Like, everyone thinks it's so glam, but I was literally waiting around for 12 hours. It was freezing cold. They were filming on the Brooklyn Bridge and my scene got cut. Amy just told me the other day. She was like, oh my God, the movie's coming out soon. Your scene was cut, but it was so fun to hang out. I'm like, okay. So that would be funny. I thought we could make fun of me. Anyway, it would have been like the smallest little blip of me, but I was excited to like make fun of me with you guys and be like, see my strand of hair? That's me. But now we can't even do that. Which, by the way, this happens in the industry all the time. It's like actors could literally film for days, weeks, months, and be cut. Like, it's a wild industry. I don't know how these people do it. Anyway, I love you guys so much. I don't want to yap your ear off today. I'm sure there's a limit of time that you can listen to my voice. Some of you love it, some of you don't. Choke. No, don't choke. I love you. And I will next week. There's some fun pods coming up. There's some fun pods coming up, you guys. Some fun stuff coming up. Tease, tease, tease. Link, link, link. Swipe, swipe, swipe. I miss you. I love you. And I'll see you next. Who says that? It's a fucking bitch. That's for sure.